Hello, welcome to Microsoft Azure. This is quiz 1. In this video, we will see a lot of questions and we will have multiple choice answers. This quiz will help you to prepare for Azure Fundamentals certification. These questions will also help for interview preparation. Let's start with the question 1. Which term from the list below would be viewed as benefits of using cloud services? Let's check the options. Answer A, unpredictable cost. So the primary benefit using cloud services is we can predict the cost. There are two types of instances you can use. Reserved instances is 1 year or 3 years. So if you go for reserved instances, you can save more money. So you can predict the cost and you can check the charges monthly using cost management. So here answer A is not right. So let's go to answer B, elasticity. So this answer looks good. So cloud services, the primary benefit, it automatically adds resources based on demand. So elasticity is the main benefit using cloud services. Third one, local reach only. This is not right because cloud providers have data centers all over the world. They have multiple regions. So here is the right answer, elasticity. Benefit of using cloud services, right answer, elasticity. Let's go to question 2. Suppose you have two types of applications. Legacy applications that require specialized mainframe hardware and newer applications that can run on commodity hardware. Which cloud deployment model would be best for you? Let's check the answers. Public cloud, a public cloud. So public cloud, where you are sharing resources with other tenants. It's a multi-tenancy. So here, if you are using public cloud, you are keeping all your resources in the cloud. But here in the question we see you have two types of applications, legacy applications and newer applications. So you want to keep your legacy application on premises and newer applications in the cloud. So here answer A is not right because when you're using public cloud, you're keeping all your resources in the cloud. Then second one, private cloud. Private cloud, when you're using private cloud, you don't share the services with other tenants. So this is not right one. Let's go to hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud means you can keep some resources in the cloud and then some in your on premises. So this is a right answer. So here is the right answer, hybrid cloud. Let's go to question 3. You are developing an application and want to focus on building, testing, and deploying. You don't want to worry about managing the underlying hardware or software. Which cloud service type is best for you? Let's check the answers. A, infrastructure as a service, IaaS. So here IaaS example, virtual machine. Virtual machine is the example for IaaS. We are creating a virtual machine. You can take total control over the infrastructure. So you can still have to do the updates, software updates, and other things. So, but here in the question as you don't want to worry about managing the underlying hardware or software. So this is not the right one. Platform as a service. Platform as a service, for example, functions. If you are using function, if you are just deploying your code, .NET or Java, you don't have to worry about the underlying operating system. So here is the right answer, platform as a service. But before we pick answer B, let's check answer C, software as a service. So software as a service examples, Outlook or Skype, you're just using the services. You're not taking any control of the hardware, or you don't have to worry about anything, but here you're just using the product. So this is not the right one, because in the question it asks, you are developing an application and want to focus on building, testing, and deploying. So here is the right answer, platform as a service. Pass. Question 4. Which of the following statement is true about Azure subscription? When you create an account in Azure, you need a subscription. So let's check the answers. Answer A, using Azure doesn't require a subscription. No, this is not right. You must need a subscription when you are using Azure. Answer B, an Azure subscription is a logical unit of Azure services. Right. Answer C, you can't have more than one subscription. That's not true. You can have multiple subscriptions if you have multiple departments, so you can create multiple subscriptions. So here is the right answer, B. An Azure subscription is a logical unit of Azure services. Question 5. Your billing is based on your usage of Azure resources and is invoiced. Answer A, annually. So B, monthly. So C, daily. So here is the right option, monthly. So you can log into portal and go to cost management and go to billing invoices, where you can see a monthly invoice, and you get email, you get notification in email, monthly invoice bill. So here is the right option, right answer, monthly. Answer B. Question 6. When you create an Azure resource like a virtual machine, you select the, let's check the answer. A, billing account. No. When you are creating Azure virtual machine in using Azure portal, so the first option you see it when you search in the search option, when you search in the search option, virtual machines, and then you can use create new virtual machine. And when you hit that create new virtual machine, you will see the first option you have to pick, the subscription. So here a billing account. No, you need subscription to create any resource in Azure. So it'll be billing profile. Answer C, Azure subscription. Here is the right answer, Azure subscription. You must need subscription to create a resource in Azure. Question 7. Which Azure support plan is best for business critical workloads? Azure has 5 plans. First one, Azure Basic Plan, that's for free. So there you can see a few services offered by Azure. The next one, Azure Developer. Third one, Azure Standard. Fourth one, Azure Professional Direct. Fifth one, Azure Premium. So here the question asking, Azure support plan is best for business critical workloads. So Azure Professional Direct. Azure support will respond less than 15 minutes. When you choose a plan, Azure Professional Direct, because this is a business critical workloads. If you see any failures, if you see any production system down, then you can raise a ticket. Then Azure support team will contact you less than 15 minutes. So here is the right option, Azure Professional Direct. Question 8. What is Azure? Let's check the answers. A. Microsoft's cloud computing platform, which provides compute, power, storage, and services over the internet using a pay-as-you-go pricing model. Right. Azure is Microsoft product, Microsoft's cloud service. So here answer A is right, but before we pick answer A, let's check other options. Answer option B, a single data center located in Redmond, Washington. No, Azure has a lot of data centers all over the world. Azure has more than 58 regions all over the world. So Redmond, Washington is where Microsoft headquarters located, but that is not the right answer. Here in the question, we see what is Azure. Let's check option C, a hosting environment specifically for virtual machine. Now, there are a lot of services offered by Azure, so you can create a lot of resources. Azure hosts all those resources. So here is the right answer, A. Microsoft's cloud computing platform, which provides compute power, storage, and services over the internet using a pay-as-you-go pricing model. Question 9. Which of the following is an example of an Azure application platform? Azure App Service. So here using Azure App Service, you can host your web applications. Seems answer A is right. Let's check other options. Answer option B, Azure Load Balancer. What Azure Load Balancer does, it distributes when there is a lot of demand, lot of traffic. So it makes sure the load doesn't go to only one instance. It makes sure the traffic distributes all the instances. There is Azure Load Balancer, but here in the question, which of the following is an example of an Azure application platform? So as option B is not right. Option C, Azure Table Storage. This is a storage service. Option D, Azure Cache for Redis. No. Okay, so here is the right answer, Azure App Service, where you can host your web application using Azure App Service. Question 10. When should you scale out your deployment? Let's check answers. Option A, when your application or service requires more powerful CPU or more memory to run faster? Let's check option B. When you need additional virtual machine to speed up your application. Option C. When you are using excess capacity that you don't need. So before we pick an answer here, I will explain scale set in Azure. Example, you are running a web application. You have 100 users access that application, but during the daytime, 8 to 5 p.m., you have only maybe 30 users access that web application. After 5 p.m., between 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., you may have 80 users accessing that application, then they see latency. To avoid this latency, Azure offers a good service that's scale set. So what scale set does, it automatically adds instances based on the demand. So you can set up like if you have two virtual machines, if you are hosting your application on two instances, when traffic goes up, you can add another two instances to reduce the latency. Okay. So here if you see in the answers, when your application or service requires more powerful CPU or more memory to run faster. No, that is not right. Option B, if you see when you need additional virtual machines to speed up your application. Yes, right. To avoid the latency, you're using this scale out option. Here is the right answer, B. Question 11. Deploying an app can be done directly to what level of physical granularity? Let's check the options. Option A, region. Option B, data center. Option C, server rack. Here in the Azure, when you are creating a resource, when you are creating virtual machine, you can deploy at region level. Azure has regions, more than 58 regions all over the world. So you can deploy a virtual machine either locally redundant or zone redundant or regional. So you can here in the question they asked, deploying an app can be done directly to what level of physical granularity? Answer A, region. Question 4. To use Azure data centers that are made available with power, cooling, and networking capabilities independent from other data centers in a region. Choose a region that supports. Let's check the answers. Option A, geography distribution. Option B, service level agreements. Option C, availability zones. So I will explain in this question. So what is availability zone? Azure has regions all over the world. Each region has minimum 3 availability zones, and each availability zone has one or more data centers. So even if one data center fails, you can still access your resources using another availability zone or another region. So here we can see the clear answer, availability zone. Azure data centers that are made available with power, cooling, networking capabilities independent from other data centers in a region. Each availability zone has one or more data center. Here is the right answer, availability zones. Question 13. Application availability refers to what? Option A, the service level agreement of the associated resource. No, that is not right. Application availability means the overall time of your resource is functional and working. Example, your web application or your virtual machine. So on option A is not right. Option B, application support for an availability zone. No, that is not right. Azure takes care of all those data centers, so you don't have to worry about physical security or underlying hardware. So option B is not right answer. Let's check option C. The overall time that is system is functional and working. Yes, right. Application availability refers to overall time that is system is functional and working. Question 14. An Azure dashboard is stored as which type of file? It is JSON format. Can check the answer in the options. A, XML, no. B, JSON, right? C, PNG, no. So Azure dashboard is stored in JSON format. So when you log into portal, you can see that a dashboard where you can create however you want dashboard. They are JSON type of file. Question 15. Azure Advisor provides advice on which of these topics? Option A, creating an Azure account. No, once you create the account and you can check this advisor option. But here answer says creating an Azure account. No, that is not right. You can create account yourself, Azure account. So you don't need advisor. Once you log into portal, then once you create resources, then you can go to advisor and look for the recommendation. Okay, so here answer, option A is not right. Option B, best practices and security for your services, right? The performance and security, all this Azure Advice recommends. So you can choose to follow advisor recommendations and you can ignore if you want. Okay, so here is the right answer, B. Then let's see option C, using the Azure portal effectively. No. Azure Advisor helps for the best practices and security for your services. Question 16, true or false? Azure Cloud Shell is an interactive browser accessible shell for managing Azure resources. True or false? When you log into Azure portal, on the top of the page, right side, you can see multiple options, a button. So where you can see an option Cloud Shell. If you keep your cursor on those options on top of the portal, you see notification, you can see your account. So there you can see this Cloud Shell. Yes, right. Azure Cloud Shell is an interactive browser accessible shell for managing Azure resources. Question 17. Suppose you have an existing application running locally on your own server. You need additional capacity but prefer to move to Azure instead of buying upgraded on-premises hardware. Which compute option would likely give you the quickest route to getting your application running in Azure? Which compute option would likely give you the quickest route to getting your application running in Azure? Here is the simple answer. You can say virtual machines. But let's check the Option A, serverless computing, not right. B, containers, not right. C, virtual machine, where you can create, that is the quickest route to get your application running in Azure. Question 8. Imagine that you work on a photo sharing application that runs on millions of mobile devices. Demand is unpredictable because you see a spike in usage whenever a locally or nationally significant event occurs. Which Azure compute resource is the best match for this workload? Serverless computing, containers, virtual machine. Here is the right answer, serverless. The previous question we asked quickest route to host the application. That was virtual machine. But here they are asked in the question we see demand is unpredictable because you see a spike in usage whenever a locally or nationally significant event occurs. Here is the right answer, serverless computing. Question 19. The compute option give you different levels of control over the configuration of the environment in which your application runs. Which of the following list compute options in order of your control from most control to least control? So here we can see the services offered by Azure, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. So they asked in the question, which of the following list the compute options in order of your control from most control to least control. When we say most control, example, virtual machine, where you get a total control or underlying hardware. So here in the options you can see option A, serverless computing, containers, virtual machine. No, virtual machine where you can get total control. That's an example for IaaS. Option B, containers, serverless computing, virtual machine. No, right? Answer C, right? Virtual machines, containers, serverless computing. Here is the right answer, C. Question 20. Suppose you work at a startup with limited funding. Why might you prefer Azure data storage over an on-premises solution? Option A, to ensure you run on a specific brand of hardware, which will let you from a marketing partnership with that hardware vendor. Now, option B, the Azure pay-as-you-go billing model lets you avoid buying expensive hardware. So using Azure, the main advantage, the primary benefit, pay as you go. You just pay for what resources you consume throughout that period. You just pay for it. So in on-premises, you have to pay the server and you have to pay all upfront price. But here, you can just use pay as you go billing model. Okay. So answer B is the right. Let's check option C to get exact control over the location of your data store. No, not right. Answer B is the right one. The Azure pay-as-you-go billing model lets you avoid buying expensive hardware. Right. Question 21. Which of the following situations would yield the most benefits from relocating an on-premises data store to Azure? A. Unpredictable storage demand that increases and decreases multiple times throughout the year. Option B, long-term steady growth in storage demand. Option C, consistent unchanging storage demand. Let's check option A, unpredictable storage demand that increases and decreases multiple times throughout the year. So here in the Azure has elasticity. So it automatically adds resources based on demand. So you don't have to worry about any expenses. So you just pay what you consume throughout that period, pay as you go model. So here option A is right, unpredictable storage demand that increases and decreases multiple times throughout the year. Here is the right answer, A. Question 22. A newly released mobile app using Azure data storage has just been mentioned by a celebrity on social media, seeing a huge spike in user volume. To meet the unexpected new user demand, what feature of pay-as-you-go storage will be most beneficial? Let's check the options. A, the ability to provision and deploy new infrastructure quickly. Yes, right. Azure elasticity. Azure, a primary benefit using a cloud service is elasticity. So here is the right answer. A, the ability to provision and deploy new infrastructure quickly to support the demand. Let's check other options. The ability to predict service cost in advance. No, not right. Option C, the ability to meet compliance requirements for data storage. Not right. Here is the right answer. A. Question 23. What is an Azure region? Azure has regions, more than 58 regions all over the world. Each region has at least minimum 3 availability zones. Each availability zone has one or more data centers. Okay, let's check the options here. Option A, one or more Azure data centers within a specific geographical location. Right, has one or more Azure data centers. Here is the right answer A, but let's check the other options. Option B, a way of breaking networks into smaller networks. No, not right. Option C, firewall rules which define the flow of traffic in and out of Azure. No, here is the right answer, A. Question 24. Which of the following is true about virtual networks? Option A, you configure virtual networks through software. Option B, a virtual network accepts network traffic on all ports. You can configure the firewall through virtual machines. Option C, virtual networks are always reachable from the internet. So here, which of the following is true about virtual networks? Option A is right. You can configure virtual networks through software. Question 25. Which is true about Azure Load Balancer? Azure Load Balancer, what it does, it distributes traffic